You know, all I can say is that the younger generation, at least on there, they highly educated. Uh, they real good at research, not too good at narratives.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they'll take a statistic and just say it, but you know the whole story behind it is you know what I'm saying? That's you know, information can be encoded in the numbers, but you still got to know what that information is. You see what I mean? It's like remember you was in school, right? And they say, yo, it'd be a question, and the answer is 7, right? But then it'd be like 7 what? 7 inches, 7 square miles, 7 apples, 7 oranges. You see what I'm saying? If you don't have that other part of the narrative, you just say 7.
Right.
See what I mean? That arithmetic don't really tell you what the supreme mathematics is gonna tell you. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times they don't. You know, it's like just the narrative behind the numbers just gets a little crazy for me sometimes. Well, yeah, that is what she was talking about, Truth, in terms of, you know, she was saying that the single mother's households and all of that is failed patriarchy. Uh, to me, that betrays the truth a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, see, a lot of times, who's leading women in the wrong direction is other women,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to make it seem. But what's happening? Look, they go to school, right? And they friend got some new shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, well, how you got that new shit, right? Well, I don't cook, I don't clean. But let me tell you how I got that ring. See, that's it. That's what's not being added on here. You see what I'm saying? That you know, uh, these are not one-offs. You know, some of this behavior is generational. So please should I watch my father run things to keep the paper flowing, just so my mom could tell him what to do with that money? Is this more like patriarchal or matriarchal? Now listen, here's the thing. That's something you just hit something on the head, right? That I don't think young women know. That back in the days, right? I'm talking about up until my grandfather, my great grandfather, who I knew personally, my grandfather, at least on my mother's side, right? When they got their check, they came home and gave it to the woman. My great grandmother used to have crazy loot. I remember Bruce got locked up. You understand? My cousin got locked up. Yeah, they over there telling her the story and shit. She's like, yeah. Saying she went in the room and came back with the cash. Lawyer bail, everything. Get him out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like the same.
She was that's who had to. She first of all, well, you know, full disclosure, especially my grandfather. Not so much my great grandfather. My grandfather's a drinker. You know what I'm saying? So you got when he get paid, you got to take his keys, his money, everything. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm just saying in terms of how they work together as a unit. You understand what I mean? It wasn't just this, yo, I make the money, so this is what we doing. Nah, she made the decisions on that. You know what I mean? She ain't telling him what truck to get and shit like that. You know what I mean? He get it, but I'm talking about like, yo, is we gonna do this other fancy shit over there? You wanna go over there and party? Nah, we ain't doing that.
There's a level of cooperation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And my great grandmother, right, was the opposite. Like my great grandmother, her claim to fame. Like I'm talking about, look, if y'all got in an argument, that's what she tell you. I ain't never worked a day in my life. She meant for the white man though. Because I see her chopping wood and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's work. I seen her kill a chicken in the yard multiple times. Skin the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? So she didn't wash clothes, all that, but her claim to fame was I never had to work for the white man. You understand what I'm saying? So she loved the patriarchy. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, and nobody really told her what to do, G. Like, she had her things she was doing and shit, but basically, they spent their time bossing us around. You know what I'm saying? They was, you know what I'm saying?
So how did we get to now where most women, well, modern women feel like...
If you ask a woman today, she'll tell you that my great-grandmother lived a horrible life where she was enslaved and she wasn't able to do all these things and accomplish all this stuff. I'm just telling you that that's not what she would have said.
Right.
That's not what my grandmother would have said. You know what I'm saying? With all the shit she went through with my grandfather, she never would have said that. You understand what I'm saying? And they not, my great grandfather was, what they call like nigger rich for a small town and down south. You know what I mean? He ain't got like Central Park West money and shit like that. You understand what I mean? My grandmother, when she passed away, I think there was at least 90 people in my generation, cousins and shit, you know what I'm saying? But she had like, I think, 6 kids, and it was like 50-something grands, you know what I'm saying? And now I think it was like 100 and so, probably like 120 great grands. And then we was already getting started. It was like 40-something great grands. You know what I'm saying? And she used to like, look, in the holidays, she could just sit there and wait for the mail to come. And just put all her cards up on the fireplace. And now she'd be telling, look, if you came in the house, you didn't get no card, then you see, such a card right there. Yeah, she put $50 in there too. Yeah, that was her thing. You see what I mean? But I'm sure her the ambitions out there is probably different now.
If Mega did this.